winter is here.
Yes,
I can't believe it. After, what was it, 14 months or something like that?
Somewhere around there.
Game of Thrones is finally back. Season 7 premiered tonight. We just got finished watching it.
Yes.
Impressive premiere, definitely.
The opening scene.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That was a really strong open. I
Definitely.
really hope that sets the that type of tone for the rest of the season.
Yeah, we jumped around in this a lot in this episode, so we kind of
more than usual. I'd say.
we caught up with like everybody at least for a second. We got to see at least a couple minutes of what's happening with everyone. So we're back on track now. It's been a long time since we've been in Westeros and in the Game of Thrones world, so it's good to be check in with everybody. I think was a good thing to do.
Yeah.
The top of this episode was crazy. My God.
Yes.
By the way, spoilers here. I don't know why you'd be watching this if not, but just in case.
Absolutely, spoilers all day.
Yeah. Arya continues to be the most badass character on the show.
Yeah. Oh my God. When we see Walder Frey for a split second, it's like, what the hell? Then it's like, holy shit, she's wearing his face.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he nods to the girls to pass out the wine, I immediately was like, oh my God, these guys are so dead.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes. Please let this be what's happening.
I like when she stopped his
girl.
wife and the other girls pouring it out to not drink it. I was like, she still got it.
Yeah, oh, it's good. And then those lines at the end, and she pulls off the mask.
North remembers.
Yeah.
Winter has come
For the
phrase.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that was crazy. So that was a nice sort of connective thing from last season where we saw that she killed Walder Frey and stuff. So it was a nice thing to sort of get us back on track. But
what she was saying to them though, how you
murdered a woman with child and
that's
killed the mother of 5 children.
Yeah, but you didn't get all of her children. And the one wolf and this sheep can't rest or whatever. Oh.
Great
solid.
stuff.
She's turned into a straight killer. And
I know.
It's awesome.
I know.
It's great.
It's going to be interesting to see where Arya ends up in the end of all this, because now there's these giant questions that are happening. Like, we can see the end. We can see the finish line now with the White Walkers and what's going on with Daenerys and stuff. So where does Arya fit in with all that? That's what I want to know.
I told him after that scene with her when the opening credits were going and the opening title and all that, I was like, Arya for the Iron Throne. I'm there. Team Arya. If we can't get Jon on the Iron Throne, Arya.
The Assassin Queen, we'll have to call her.
Yeah, right.
The Faceless Queen, something like
that.
Nice. Yeah, see, there we go.
Good.
But yeah, so from there, I mean, we get going to the open. I love when shows have like a really strong opening and then go into the theme song. That just gets you hyped up so well.
Absolutely.
And this show has a ton of that. And this
we didn't see too much of a difference in the opening this year, except for Dragonstone.
Yeah,
right?
I'm not sure if I think we've seen Dragonstone before when Stannis was there, like in earlier seasons, so we saw it pop up. But yeah, the open's always awesome. I don't care how many times I see it; it still looks great. I hope they never change it dramatically or anything. You know what I mean? Yeah. Unless like the White Walkers take over at some point and then everything's just frozen.
That would be sweet.
That would be
sweet. I like that.
Yeah, but so from there we see Bran and Mira get to the wall. So they're finally back to civilization here.
And we, in this typical Stark and Jon Snow fashion, they always just miss each other.
So Jon is now the king of the North at Winterfell, so he's not there anymore. He passed his powers off to, I can't remember that guy's name.
Yeah, his friend.
Yeah, but, so they opened the door for him. They held the door. Let that
you bastard.
Let that sink in.
Let me just take a drink here to,
Whoa, look at that. Very
Cheers.
nice. That's some good merchandise, good quality merchandise right there.
HBO, you owe me 10 cents.
Well, now that we know Bran is decently close to Jon now, so the Starks are starting to reconvene slowly.
Yeah.
We already have Sansa and Jon together in Winterfell, so Bran is not too far behind with Mira. And, the stuff with Howland Reed, I'm really interested to see if he pops up soon, because they mentioned him in this episode. Mira says, I'm the daughter of Howland Reed.
Yeah.
I really want to see, maybe he's the one who tells Jon what's up,
Yeah. What's the whole legend on that again?
He's the only person alive from that battle who basically knows that Jon is Lyanna's and Rhaegar's son.
Yeah, which I would say now is confirmed. I mean, with the
basically, but they haven't
officially said it.
Right.
But I
think they said in some breakdown on HBO they said it somewhere in some like title description or something like that. But it's going to be interesting to see how Jon finds out and how his family reacts to him just being. He's a Targaryen, not Lannister, obviously. Targaryen Stark. Yeah. That's going to be interesting.
Not a bastard.
No, not a bad. Well, I don't think so. There's conflicting things, and if Rhaegar and Lyanna actually got married or not, or what. There's still a mystery surrounding that. But
I guess he would still be a bastard then.
Well, it depends, because I think that the general thing right now that everyone mostly accepts is that they had a secret wedding or something. Rhaegar and Lyanna did, and you know how jealous Robert was and that whole rebellion and everything.
Yeah.
But he might still be a bastard, but from what I've heard, probably not.
Okay.
So he's basically like the legitimate heir to the throne, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So from there we go to some Winterfell stuff with Jon and Sansa. So you know we had them reconvene at the end of last season, but we had this sort of little pinch of tension between them that Littlefinger was kind of stoking the fires to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just no pun intended.
Bastard in the background.
Yeah. But yeah, that was like the stuff we got here was Sansa sort of questioning Jon's leadership a little bit because she wanted to give away the traitors to the north's castles to other families who deserved it, which actually is not a bad plan.
No, but then again, you also do have Jon's side where he's like, look,
right,
don't punish the son for the sins of the father.
Exactly, which he is to a fault like the most morally straight character. That's why I've always loved him. He's always been my favorite character. Yeah. He's been so sympathetic since the beginning too. Being the bastard of Ned Stark,
and then bringing in the Karstarks and the other one, the
Karstarks, yeah.
Oh yeah, Karstarks and the to have them swear fealty
right.
to
that was
the
good.
North. I like that.
Yeah.
And then Lyanna Mormont comes in and still the little badass that she is.
She's great.
She needs to be Arya's right hand woman.
Oh, that'd be great
if she was if Arya was
team
queen.
up. That would be awesome.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So I mean, the thing that came out of this was that everyone has to fight. So not just men, boys, girls, full-grown women.
Yeah.
They all got to fight the White Walkers. So that was cool to see her stand up and say, "No one's gonna tell me when to fight, when not to fight.
I'm not gonna sit by
down,
the fire.
sucker."
Yeah. Sit by the fire and knit while men fight my battle.
I know.
She's awesome.
Yeah, that was great. And I love the back and forth with Jon and Sansa after. There's still a little bit of tension, but I'm a little bit less worried now than I was at the end of last season, where they still, at this point at least, seem to really be still on the same page, but they have growing pains in terms of running this new kingdom, basically, as Jon is the king of the North, by themselves now, you know? So it's going to be interesting to see where the relationship goes, and I'm glad that she's sort of pushing away Littlefinger right now.
Yeah, you could tell as soon as she walked, what do you want now?
Yeah.
Like, oh, here we go.
Yeah, I love the line at the end, don't worry about the last word. I'm assuming it's something clever. I was like,
yeah.
Good line, good line.
That was good.
Yeah, so we'll see where the Winterfell stuff goes. And, that's going to be picking up pretty soon.
It's got to be a focal point on the majority of these upcoming shows.
Definitely. And from there we go to King's Landing with Cersei and Jaime. And Cersei's having like the whole floor painted as a mural of the Seven Kingdoms and of Westeros and everything. So Jaime comes in. It's the first time we actually see them interact since she became queen.
Since Tommen's death.
So they're
even mentions that they haven't spoken about it yet.
Yeah, right. So there's an interesting back and forth between them, but they still seem to be sort of supporting each other. I mean, Jaime more so, but it's this interesting dynamic now that we're not sure where they're going to be landing at. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
and her speech to Jaime, I think, fully solidifies the amount of fucking crazy she's gone.
Yeah.
Because of like no one's left, we're the only ones, and she's just.
She's for us
out there now.
Whatever.
And Jaime's kind of just seeing how wow, she's really
right.
really good. And then we can tell Jaime's continuing growth as a person, as a character, and how he felt about Tommen's death, and how he feels about that with Cersei. And I'm really excited to see more growth with Jaime in the coming seasons. So.
Yeah, I agree. And he kind of underestimates her too, because he thinks that she's just kind of gone off the deep end, where she's still making deals. I mean, this is where we see Euron come in.
Yeah.
And which is interesting, because at the end of last season, it sounded like Euron wanted to go after the hand of Daenerys and stuff, and be her king and everything, and try to get married to her. But that, didn't seem to work out the way that we thought it was going to. Euron instead goes after Cersei at King's Landing. Well, I think she invited him or whatever.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, there was kind of a proposal there.
Which she denied.
Yeah, at least for now.
Yeah.
It might be advantageous later.
2 hands or whatever he said.
Yeah, 2 good hands.
That was dying.
Yeah, that was good stuff.
He's a wild card in the coming season. I don't know which way he's going to go, and he seems crazy enough to do literally anything. So he's going to be one to watch the rest of the season for sure. Yeah,
so we're going to see what happens with them. But, I mean, she at least has one ally now where everyone... I mean, she says that she's surrounded by enemies, but now she has at least someone. And the big fleet of the Iron Islands is with her now.
It's going to be huge. huge factor in the battle to come.
Definitely. And then from there we go to Sam at the Sam at the Citadel.
Yeah, the Citadel. Oh, that was funny.
Yeah.
I was dying.
Yeah, the montage there. It went on for like when you thought I was gonna stop, it kept going.
And then it got faster and faster.
Oh my God, he's just cleaning up. He's doing all of the dirty work there right now, like cleaning up all the crap from the people that are sick. Like washing stuff, like giving people food and putting away the books. But he can't go in the restricted area where all the good stuff is. So we see him kind of, try to get in there a couple times, but he gets caught, and then
he talks to the one Grand Maester.
Yeah, so that was an interesting conversation. I like that back and forth because we see that he knows that it's probably true. He believes in that the White Walkers are coming and stuff, but that guy's philosophy is that winter's come hundreds, thousands of times, whatever, and we're still here. And this too shall pass kind of deal. But I don't think he gets that Sam kind of needs to help.
Yeah.
Like he's kind of an important part of making sure that they don't take over this time.
Yeah.
But I did like that philosophy of that, all this has already happened, like the worst things have happened, and we're still here. We're the memories of Westeros and of the world.
There's a nice little analogy they put in there.
Yeah, so I like that scene a lot. That was from a guy from Harry Potter, right?
Yeah, he played Professor Slughorn from Harry Potter. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but yeah, he played Slughorn. So.
Yeah, he was because he wasn't too mean, but he wasn't too... like everyone hates him at the Citadel, it seems like. Yeah. So he wasn't too mean, but he wasn't babying Sam or anything like that. But it was a good back and forth, I thought.
Definitely.
So I'm looking forward to see what they do with those two going forward. And then we have Arya come across some Lannister men on her way to King's Landing, and Ed Sheeran pops up. And I knew this was happening. This was a big story that he was going to be guest starring in Game of Thrones. I mean, I know they had a guy from Coldplay or something be at the wedding, like playing a violin or something.
But you didn't really even see his face.
I know, and he's not like as well known. You know what I mean? Like his face isn't as well known.
Yeah, you're not going to look at it and be like, oh, that's that dude from Coldplay.
Right.
I mean,
yeah, exactly. I mean, so it's. To me, Game of Thrones is not the kind of show where you get guest stars to pop up on because it's distracting. You know what I mean?
Kinda. I mean, they did have Sir Ian McKellen last year, and he was only in one episode.
Ian McShane.
Yeah.
I was about to say, if he was on, did I miss him?
Sorry. My bad. Ian McShane, that was a terrible
sort of, but I mean...
He was in one episode, and
he's not like this, like... Big mainstream, like a music star. Like everybody knows kind of who Ed Sheeran is right now.
Yeah, if you were to say Ian McShane to some other people, they'd be like, who?
Yeah, right.
The guy from Death Race.
Right, he's a great actor, and
he's fantastic.
I mean, a lot of people know who he is, but not as much as like Ed Sheeran's like in pop culture right now is like this big deal. So it just kind of takes me out of it. Like I don't. I mean, how much did he pay those guys to get in there? That's what I want to know.
If we see him again, we need to have Arya chop his head off.
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to that. But that was a nice little conversation they had there. I mean, she basically told him what she was going to do, and they just laughed at her. Yeah. So that was interesting. And also, kind of when she was talking to one of the other Lannister men. He said that if I'm nice to strangers, and my mom told me if I'm nice to strangers, that they'll be nice back to me. So you kind of saw her like,
yeah, kind of like I guess not all the Lannister men are evil.
Right.
And, guys talking about his baby.
Right. Shades of Grey continue on in the show. So. When it comes down to it, that's something that we haven't really seen yet. We've seen Arya spare people here and there, especially when she had Walder's mask on and everything. But is she going to keep doing that? Because it seems like she keeps going down more and more of a brutal path. So is this kind of the last strings of humanity sort of leaving her? Like it's possible.
Or holding on.
Right. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. But it was an interesting scene. I need that chair. I'm sorry. So from this, we got the Hound stuff with the Brotherhood Without Banners, which was great.
Without Banners, that's right.
Yeah, so that was some really interesting stuff. So I didn't really notice this too much, but you said that it was that house or that cottage, whatever that was.
They showed it in the previously on. They showed the Hound.
Okay.
The bald guy saying like he had some silver saved up or whatever, and then it cuts to the Hound and they're dead, and Arya's like, why'd you do that? And like they're gonna die anyway in the winter, and so. It comes back to the place where he did kill people, and I don't know how long it's been, but I assume it's been a decent long.
Well, they're decaying, so it's been probably a couple years.
So like you could tell he did not want to go back there because he started to feel guilty about the way he did,
and he buries them later and stuff. Yeah, so I mean, we see. It's interesting because we see like these shreds of humanity leaving Arya, but we see them coming back to the Hound. Yeah. And they're going to be coming to a head at some point. Yeah. And that's going to be interesting to see how they interact with each other after.
I really like the Hound watching into the fire because one, that's just hey, Hound, come here, look in this fire. And I wanted him to be like, I've seen it once, all right? Like, once was enough.
He did kind of say that. He was like, it is ironic or whatever that I'm with a bunch of fire worshippers.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
Him seeing into it and then seeing the White Walkers and then, the where the wall and the sea meets or whatever he said.
So that seems like where the White Walkers are going to try and get over the wall is at where the sea meets the wall and everything.
Yeah.
So, and they said it saw like a mountain or something like that.
Yeah,
where
it seemed like, what was it, an arrowhead?
An arrowhead, yeah. So, but John did mention like he was going to be sending men to other parts of the wall and stuff. So, and in that World of Ice and Fire book, we see all the other castles that are on the wall, and there are a bunch of them. But the only one that, because they're so unmanned, is just Castle Black. But there's other ones on the wall. So I think there's bigger ones too. So so it's going to be interesting to see where they actually attack and how the Brotherhood without banners is going to be fighting them off. We saw in the preview, the Lightbringer, the sword comes up, so I'm looking forward to seeing that.
It's going to be crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. So we go back to Sam at the Citadel, and he's like, sort of like taking bowls away, and then we see a hand come out, and that's Jorah.
Yeah.
Asking
about the Dragon Queen.
Yeah.
And his arm's all messed up and bandaged, and it looks like shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, how did he get to the Citadel?
Right.
Like, did he, like what you mentioned?
It would make sense, I think, because Daenerys said, find a cure and then come back to me, or whatever she said.
Yeah.
I think the best place probably for him to go, the Citadel, that's the one place, like the center of knowledge in the world of Game of Thrones, so that's where he would go. And he's there right now, so maybe Sam is going to help cure him. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But it'd be interesting to see those two kind of team up and go off, because he knows one end of things and Sam knows about the White Walkers and stuff and how they're combined to fight.
Yeah. So
that would be cool to see what they're going to do going forward. But looking forward to that reunion. I'm not sure if it's going to happen this season or next season, but that Daenerys and Jorah are going to see each other at least one more time.
Khaleesi, I love you. Khaleesi.
Yeah, good stuff. And then at the very end, this was all basically visual stuff, but Daenerys looked fantastic. Daenerys at Dragonstone, we see the 3 dragons go out and surround Dragonstone. Just like, oh, that looks so freaking epic. Yeah. And they enter through those gates with the stone dragon heads, and they walk up, and going inside, we see like the last remaining shred of the Baratheon sigil gets taken down by Daenerys. And then she opens that throne room with the stone throne in there and everything. Yep. You're saying it's kind of reminiscent of King's Landing.
It does look like, was that the Red Keep where they're at?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like the Red Keep a little bit with the way that the pillars went out and the throne's in the center.
Right.
But it looks somewhat similar, so hopefully that's like a kind of like a nod, a foreshadowing,
right.
maybe.
Well, I mean, because Aegon was there first. Like Aegon the Conqueror first went to Dragonstone before setting out to take over the Seven Kingdoms. So they probably model after each other because he built King's Landing from the ground up. That was like the site of his first big victory, I think.
Yeah.
Or like the last part where he got like the last kingdom or something. There's something significant to where King's Landing is built to how Aegon first conquered Westeros and stuff. But yeah, it was cool to see those parallels in the throne room. So we saw next time in Game of Thrones, it was basically kind of just a generic thing. We didn't get too much about it.
Yeah, a lot of really fast cuts.
Yeah.
Can't really
I saw Littlefinger being choked, and I was like, well, I mean, he deserves it.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Right?
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
One thing we did see at Winterfell, Tormund, Giants and Brienne. He just comes up.
My
he's
favorite pair of people.
Straight grinning at her.
I love his. He's like he looks like ferocious, but like
a little crazy. It's like super creeperish, but it's like I ship these two so hard.
I know.
I just use ship. I feel ashamed.
That's all right. Ayanna would be proud of you.
She would. Ayanna.
Yeah, but I'm obviously looking forward. It was a strong start.
Yes.
Not like my favorite premiere didn't grab me like as much as maybe like last season's or whatever.
Yeah.
I think
last
that was
season, Jon Snow.
Right. But yeah, that was all something to draw you in, and we got to check it out on other people, like everybody, basically all the characters. So I'm still thinking Melisandre's gonna pop up at Dragonstone. That's my guess. She's gonna be helping Daenerys' side soon.
Yeah, I really hope Daenerys is like, all right, kick rocks, bitch. We don't need you.
She might be. I mean, she might be helpful though. I mean, she is a bad guy.
Yeah.
Kind of, but she's serving the Lord of Light, and maybe she'll meet up with the Brotherhood without banners too. We never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah. Hey, maybe Gendry will finally float up on shore at Still Rowing. still rolling.
That actor put that up on his Twitter, like after not being on the show for like a couple seasons, he put like hashtag still rolling. Hilarious. Gendry is going to be back.
He has to be.
I'm pretty certain at some point. I know in the books he'll be back, but I could see that being one of the cuts they make in the show.
Yeah.
But he's got to come back. I think there's got to be something with Arya where they're going to team up or something. Something's going to happen.
He just pops in, saves her ass, and like, what's up?
Yeah, something like that. Or she's about to kill him or something, and then she recognizes him. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. But strong first episode of this 7th season. Only 7 episodes left in this season already.
6.
Oh man.
There we go.
God.
Yeah.
Dude, it's too short.
Yes, it is definitely too short.
Yeah.
I mean, but they did say that these episodes are going to be a little bit longer.
I think next season.
But next season is going to be like the
80, 85 minutes.
Yeah, almost 90 minutes or whatever. But I think they're pushing it on this season a little bit. I think a little bit towards the hour long.
Yeah.
But
I heard the finale of this is going to be like 83 minutes or something.
Yeah, the longest we've had so far.
Yeah. But what do you guys think of this so far? I mean, when we did an Awesome Comics episode about Game of Thrones Season 6, like, we loved it. And I don't know one person who I've talked to who doesn't like Season 6, but just the comments were all like, no!
Yeah,
Season 6 was terrible because character doesn't matter. I'm like,
yeah. I thought it was a really strong character building.
Yeah, I mean, stuff finally started to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Season 5 was the most depressing season
I almost
ever.
came this close to stop watching after they killed Shireen,
yeah.
Stance's daughter. I was just like...
Yeah, he was pissed. I remember watching that, and he was just...
that was the one thing that I was just like, why am I doing this to myself every week?
Yeah, right? Why am I emotionally torturing myself every week for a TV show?
Yeah.
Because it's so good.
Yeah, that's why. Any last thoughts on this first episode?
It put forward a really good momentum. I mean, they've been really building up over the last year, like how much more we're gonna see as far as the actual story moving forward because of they're shortening out the episodes. Winter is here. That's why they pushed back production. They needed to shoot in a more wintry area environment and all that stuff. And they said we're going 7 episodes, and then in the last season it's only gonna be 6 episodes. But so it's like, okay, you're cutting it down. We really need to keep this story moving. We can't have these episodes where we've got 20 minutes of dialogue and nothing really happened.
Right.
I mean, it's great for your character development, but I think a lot of our characters
now,
are
right? Yeah.
We've really got our characters fleshed out with their motives and what they want and how they want to get there. We just need to get there.
Yeah.
So I really think that this first episode showed that. And with the jumping around, we've never really seen that too much. All the other seasons we would see like two storylines, like maybe 3 storylines throughout the entire episode. So you're getting like 20 minutes of each storyline of like these certain characters, and so there's like 4 other characters that you're not even seeing in 1 or 2 episodes. But they really touched on every one of them, so I think they're going to be doing more of that and just moving it along.
Yeah, they've said it's going to be a quicker pace, and you can already kind of feel that. So we'll see what happens. Next episode looks action-packed from what they showed. I don't know what's going to happen. They didn't really have too much dialogue, just a lot of quick cuts of action and some violence. Which what more can you ask for, right?
I'm fine with.
Yeah. All right, well, we'll be back next week with episode 2 of this season. So we'll talk to you later. I'm Walter Benazia.
I'm Brian Porter.
See ya.
Later.